Yo, what's up guys? Got a video today. We're looking at how to get Fightcade working on the CRT using super resolution, and that's going to give us an arcade pixel perfect image, and it's really cool. I had a few requests on how I'm doing this. Some of the guys on Fightcade have been curious as well to see the setup, and we'll go through it. We're going to take a look at CRT Emudriver, how to get your super resolutions on there. We're going to look at Arcade OSD to show how to switch your desktop resolution, and talk about pretty much everything that's required to do this, as well as the Fightcade settings. There's the Emulator and Fightcade Final Burn Neo, and there's some settings you have to set up in there to make this work properly, as well as even looking at the CRT TV and how to access the service menu and adjust your screen size to display things perfectly. So got a lot to cover. This is mainly for people who have CRT Emudriver already set up. That whole thing, the CRT Emudriver setup, is a completely different topic. A lot to cover in that. That would have to be a different video. There's really not a lot on YouTube on how to do that, so I'll have to try and do a video some other time on showing that. But yeah, enough talking. Let's get started. Let's take a look at the CRT Emudriver folder. Okay, so here's our CRT Emudriver folder. We're going to be taking a look at Video Mode Maker and Arcade OSD. So really, you guys have got your stuff set up. We want to get super resolution working. We're going to go to Edit Settings, User Modes, Browse, and this is what I'm using for my, User Mode Super Retroarch INI. So if we take a quick look at this, you can see here's all our super resolutions, and I've even got some of my own at the bottom for like midway arcade cabinets. This stuff's mainly for Retroarch, so I won't get too far into that. But yeah, that's the file you need, and this is where you get it. So I'll leave the link in the description. You're going to go to this page, you're going to scroll down, download INI, and then you're going to get this exact same file. So you're going to then, after you've selected your file, I'm just going to cancel out of that because I've already got mine in here. I'm going to click OK. You're going to generate your modes, and then you're going to install them and install all those new resolutions to your video card, whatever your old video card is that's running CRT Emudriver. Okay. After that, you're done. And I got to switch over to my camera, and we'll take a look at Arcade OSD and a quick look how to switch your desktop resolution to a super res, because you can't do that normally within your display settings. You won't be able to actually like click on your secondary monitor, your CRT, because when you're in super res, it'll look like this, right? You can't actually change anything. You have to go back to Arcade OSD and then change it to something else, and then you get all your old resolutions. But yeah, a little confusing, but let's move on. Okay, we're back in our CRT Emudriver folder. We're gonna click on Arcade OSD, and if it looks a little squished, that's fine. It's supposed to. Well, might not look like that for you guys yet, but whatever. So I'm gonna open it up. Now, initially when you're setting this up, it might not actually be on that screen. It might be over here, and you don't want that, because we're going to attach OSD to current monitor, which we got to do on that side. So just press 2 on your keyboard, and it'll fire it over there. Now with the up and down, left and right arrows, that's what we're going to use to navigate. So we're going to attach OSD to current monitor. That's going to change up top to CRT Emudriver. Once we have that, we're going to go to video modes, and then you can see all the video modes that VM Maker installed on your video card. And at the bottom is where you have your super resolutions, right? So for this, you can see I'm on 2560 by 224, 60p, 59.941 hertz, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to set it, just press enter on that, set as desktop mode, and then you're gonna go down, press enter on keep, and it's done. You can press backspace or escape to get out of here, and now you're set up on Super Res. So we'll take a look at the Fightcade settings, and I'll show you how that works all in the Final Burn Neo emulator. We got a couple settings to do in there, and yeah, we'll switch back over. So in Fightcade here, we're in Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, and we're gonna set up Final Burn Neo. So I'm gonna click Test Game. It's gonna show up kind of weird. Oh, that's full screen. Hang on. We don't want that. We want it windowed. So let's take a look at our settings here. So Blitter is going to be DirectX 9 Alt. Blitter options, point filtering, leave that on double pixels. Don't click anything else. Hard effects, none. Stretch, correct aspect ratio. I don't use the overlay because having it on Super Res messes up the overlay. I don't really care about that anyways. Run ahead, definitely 2 frames. Let's see, full screen resolution should be at 2560 by 224. It's not showing it right here because I'm just using my primary LCD to do this recording. But when you have your CRT set up as your primary display, you can actually go into other and you'll see it down here. I'll show you another clip of that after I switch back. I'm just wanted to record it this way so you guys get a clear view of what I'm doing. So basically, yeah, this will show you here, full screen resolution, horizontal. It'll say other, and then you'll see your Super Res here. Full screen resolution vertical, 384 by 224. Full screen bit depth, 32 bits. Monitor properties, we're gonna go with 16 by 10. And then in the service menu in your TV, you can actually stretch that out, and that way you're going to get the whole picture on the screen. I've messed around with 4:3. There's a lot of overscan when you put it to 4:3 and you miss like part of the sides of your screen within the game are gone. So the best way to get the whole screen and calibrate it perfectly is to go to 16 by 10. And again, go to your service menu within the TV and stretch your horizontal size until it fills your screen. That's really the best way to go. I've spent hours messing around with that, trying to figure that out. And yeah, vertical aspect ratio, I just have it on 16 by 9. And that's pretty much it for the settings in here, okay? I'm gonna switch over to my phone, and then I'll show you what it actually looks like when I have both monitors working. And that'll give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, so I gotta get my screen back on Super Res because it's not on right now. So what we're gonna do is just go to scroll down to multiple displays. We're gonna extend these displays, and then I've got this here. I'm just gonna click OK. If you don't want to use your mouse, you can just click tab and then press enter, and then you're set. Now, here's a quick helpful shortcut. Say if you can't grab the window, because right here my display window is there. It switched my CRT to my primary, right? So you can drag stuff back over like that. But say, you know, you can't, and you're like, oh, how do I get this window over here? I can't do it. You can actually press and hold, can't really see it, but the Windows key and Shift, and then press the left arrow at the same time. So Windows key, Shift, and left arrow will get a window back over to your other monitor. But yeah, I'm just gonna drag Fightcade over now that it's set up. Okay, so I'm gonna test the game and open Final Burn Neo. Still got a bunch of crap over there, but that's okay. So let's I had to double click there just to get it back in windowed mode. But now let's drag it over here, because you gotta drag it over here. It's gonna be super res and stretched, but you can still access the menu. We want to change, we're going to scroll down to full screen resolution. And then we're going to go to other, okay? Because it's still on 640 by 480 when it goes full screen. So we want it on 2560 by 224. So other. Okay, perfect example. So it opened a window, but we can't see it. So again, the Windows key, Shift, and the left arrow should bring that over for us. Hang on. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Unless it was there the whole time I didn't see it, but that's a really good shortcut to know. And now we should see, we scroll down, got a lot more resolutions here. 2560 by 224. All right, press OK. So now, having the CRT set as the primary, when we full screen this, it's gonna pop up there. And there you go, that's how you do that. All right, we've got Street Fighter 2 on the screen. You guys probably won't have a nice calibrated image like this. It'll probably be horizontally squished, and you'll need to access the service menu to adjust the horizontal size and position, possibly the vertical size and position, and calibrate it real nice. So I'm going to show you the TV service menu and how that works. So to access the TV service menu, the TV is going to be off. On your remote control, you're going to press display 5, volume up, power, and press them quick like that, and you'll be able to access the menu. So I'm going to do that right now. So display 5, volume up, power. Right, it's fired up. Okay, so we've got our service menu here. Now keep in mind, you can really fuck up your TV when you do this. So the best thing to do is grab your phone, record a video of all the different things you can change and what their default values are. That way you'll have a good resource to fall back on if you have to fix something. The way the navigation works is to change things you can adjust is 1 and 4. To go through that, see, pressing 1, go through different things to change that. And to adjust those things is 3 and 6, okay? So when you first start, you know, when you change it to 16 by 10, it's gonna be squished down pretty hard. It's gonna look like this, and you'll have to stretch your horizontal size, position, possibly vertical size and position to get it back to, or to get it to where you want it to really fill the screen with the whole screen from the game. And once you're happy with that, you can save it. You have to save it, so you press the mute button and then the enter button. So, and you'll see it in the corner here. When I press mute, you'll see right pops up for a second. Okay, so you got to be kind of quick with that. Press mute, enter, and then it turns red, so it shows you that it's been written, and then you're good to go. You just turn the TV off and turn it back on, and then that gets you back out of the service menu. I think if you really mess something up and you're like, oh crap, I don't know what the default value was for that thing, and you want to just start over, you can actually, like, while you're in the service menu, just pull the power out of the wall for like 10 seconds, plug it back in, and then it'll kind of like, that's almost like the undo button right there if you really fuck something up. But maybe I'll make a more intensive video in the future showing all the options and what they do. But that's really all that's required to get this up and running. So I hope that's been helpful. All right, dudes, we will wrap this up with the physical setup of how I'm getting the video to the screen. So CRT Emudriver running on an AMD HD 5450 that my buddy gave me for free. So thanks, Brian. Cheers to that. And I've got VGA going out of that video card to a Retrotek VGA to component transcoder, and I can't say enough good things about that piece of equipment. Like, honestly, that's the best thing I've found out of all the converters and adapters, which all of them seem to have like input delay, and they all have problems putting through like a 240p signal or like native resolutions or even super resolutions. But this Retrotek transcoder is the shit. Like, I've had this thing running for about a year. It stays nice and cool. No problems at all with it. It is solid, and huge shout out to Anthony over at retrotekshop.com. Dude, your product is freaking amazing, man. So huge props for that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to play some Street Fighter Third Strike on Fightcade, and I will see you dudes on there. Peace.